Hi, this is Joe from Learning While Practicing. For Chapter 2, we are going to see 3 different examples together. Let's start with the first one, Chapter 2, Exercise 1, Area with Input. So we are going to open this code right here in PyCharm, and it's constituted of simply 3 lines of codes and 3 lines of comments. So for the first line, we have here in the comment, prompt the user to enter a radius. And it's defined by radius equal eval input, and you have a string right here, enter a value for radius, and the parentheses that are closed. So what this does right here is that it's going to give the variable radius that we are creating here a certain value. Now, when I write eval and input, it means that I'm prompting the user to enter the value that he or she wants, okay? So it allows the user to interact with the program. This is the way for the user to interact. It's not something passive as we have seen in the first example. It's something that will change the value, the output will change depending on the input that has been given. So when I put here enter a value for radius between quotes, it means that this enter a value for radius 2 point and the space are going to be taken as a string value. A string value means a series of characters. So it's not something that is going to be computed. It's not something that is going to be multiplied, divided, or subtracted, or addition, etc. It's something that is going to be simply as text. It's a text to tell my user what to do. Okay? Now, once my user has given me the value, I'm going to do the computation of the area. So here for the area, what I'm doing is actually I'm assigning to the variable area here, I'm creating a second variable in this program called area, which is equal to the product of the radius. The star here means a product. Radius, product, radius, product, a value 3.14159, which is actually an approximation up to 5 digits of pi. Okay, so it's actually r squared times pi, which is the formula of the radius of a circle. Okay, giving me the surface of that circle. So here the value radius is the value of the variable that has been input by the user. So I'm going to use this input from the user in that formula right here. So now that I have computed the area right here, using this formula and using the variable radius, which was given a value from my user, I need to return to the user the value of area. Because otherwise, area is going to be calculated and the variable is going to be assigned, but the user will not know. Because if I don't use the print value, if I don't return this value to the user will not know what value the area has taken. So for the last line, I need to display the results. So by using the print function, actually the print function is to show something on the screen, is to give an output on the screen. So I'm going to print the following. And when I do my printing, as you can see, I'm going to have, first of all, a string right here between quotes, the area of the circle of radius. So meaning that here I'm giving actually a sentence to introduce my variable, and comma, I'm going to write the variable radius that I have right here, then is as a string, and finally area. So now if I try to run this program, let's see what it's going to give. We're going to open the file in a project. Okay, so we're going to close this one. I had it still open from last video. So now, if we want to run what we have, we're going to choose the second one, Chapter 2, Exercise 1, Area with Input. Now, once we run the program is now waiting for us to give a value for the radius. So let's give a value of 5, for example, and we hit enter. So now that the area has been calculated, the printing line in the end gives me the area for the circle of radius 5 is 78.53 0.975. So this is the result of my calculation of the area based on a radius of 5. So if I decide to run the program once more with a different radius, a radius of 7, for example, now I'm going to obtain a new area of 153.93791. So this is a first example that you have practically seen, and now you know how to give your user a command in order for him to give you any value that you want. So you can define actually more than one variable to prompt your user to give more inputs, and that's what we are going to see in further videos.